and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you getting into Paycheck 1. We've already done the monthly budget. That was my previous video. Well, actually the previous video was probably end of the month of July. But now we're ready for Paycheck 1. That happens on the first of the month every month for us. And that's just how everything happens. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I share my monthly budgets, my paycheck to paycheck budgets, my weekly check-ins, sinking funds video, savings tracker, and my mortgage Monday. So once a month I go over my mortgage and see how much it's gone down in interest and how much interest we've saved for our mortgage by paying an additional $550 principal only payment. So if you're interested in that, do watch that video. I love it. Even if you don't have a mortgage, it can help you see how things can change just by adding to the mortgage. And it's a great visual for people to kind of get into. Paycheck 1, we are ready to go. I have all of my income ready. I don't know if I'm going to have a balance forward. I'm going to write it here though. If I can get it all in. Typically, sometimes I balance forward a little bit of money from the previous month into the next month, and that's where I would put it here. If I will be writing 0, and then once I know for sure, after the actuals start happening, then I'll put it in here. I'm actually filming this a few days early, so I don't know the actual just yet, but I will be putting it in the actual column later. But yeah, I'm excited. First of the month, refresh, ready to go. The bills stay the same. Sometimes Geico's included, sometimes it's not. Just depends on if it's a weekend and holiday. Geico can kind of shift when they're going to take the money out. So if it comes out, great. If not, I'll put a 0 for actual and then move it over to Paycheck 2. But other than that, everything else is auto drafted out, and we're taken care of there. So the first thing I have to work with is the income section. I have, my husband has, I should say, military retirement, VA disability. My son pays rent. We get a few pennies in dividends, so I added on to the rent. And he's going to have one salary check. And if I have anything come over, or if I pull from savings and put in here, or a refund just kind of magically shows up somewhere, then this is where I would account for it in the other line item. So military retirement, that comes every month. He is retired Navy. He was 20 years active duty, so he gets a retirement pension of $1,898.12 every month this year. It does change with the cost of living, so January timeframe we usually see those changes. VA disability, $2,428.91. He is actually considered 90% disabled for specific reasons. 50% of that is actually because he's on a CPAP machine at night when he sleeps, and then some other service-related stuff that he has taken care of. Our son pays us $103 of rent. And then when I know how many pennies are added to our checking account to keep the account number balance accurate, because this reflects my checking account and I want the number to match what's in the bank, I put the pennies at the end of this here in the actuals. Salary, we are budgeting $1,315. I do not know yet what his raise is going to be. I will put that as the actual, so you will learn that later. And I'm excited to see what a 3% raise looks like. I can only imagine it'd be maybe $25 or so, depending on taxes and all the things. Maybe a little more. I don't remember. I'm not good at that kind of math. But when the payroll's done, I will know. I'm just going to put 0 for right now, just to give me a simple number. And then once I know the actuals, I will put it in the actual column. If it goes up, I'll put a plus sign. If it was less than what I thought it was, I'll put a negative sign. And if it's exactly what I thought it was, I will put a check sign or check mark there. So let's go ahead and total up the different income streams that we have here. Okay, so we are looking at $6,428 $445.03. So that is the income I expect to happen on the 1st of August. Now that we know that, we can move on to the bills and expenses. So when I get into my paycheck periods, I can put like fixed expenses here and I can put variable over here, and it just kind of divides it up pretty well. And then if I need to add to it, let's say something else came out of the checking account, I wrote a check for it, or it was drafted for whatever reason additional, and in addition to what our normal bills are, I have extra line items here. I can add it to create the actual budget for the month. Now I need to make sure I have plenty of money left over to balance forward to Paycheck 2. So this is my balance forward, and this is my balance forward actual. So this is what's actually going to go into Paycheck 2. This is what I'm estimating, or my budgeting, my budget balance forward. So I probably should have put BBF. Well, yeah, I might as well do that. Budget balance forward. I like using the term balance forward. I think I had used it in, or I was taught that in my accounting classes I took in college. So that's where I got the term from, and that's why I keep using it. I don't know any better. So I do like that. First thing we have for Paycheck 1 only, and this is just this specific time period, is God's Outreach. This is paid basically on our credit card, I guess. This is paid by auto draft, and it includes the, sorry, I'm writing and thinking at the same time. It includes the processing fee. Anything you see that's a tithe here that we auto draft or whatever, the processing fee is included in it, so that we are paying the processing fee, not the organization, and then all the money we wanted to go to the organization actually gets what we are looking for. So PHC, Pregnancy Help Center, that gets $88. Amazon Music, that's my husband's streaming, and that's $10.59. Sinking Funds this time is getting $602. I had to increase it so I can start building back up my home maintenance fund, and I added, I think, over $50 extra a month there. Spectrum is $160.16. Mortgage is $2,522.96, and this includes a $550 principal only payment on top of what we're paying for the mortgage. Tithe $168.18. That might change with the pay raise. I don't know if I want to do this month, because this month there's an increase, and then next month is an increase. So I might write a separate check, because we like to give 10% of the salary to our local church that we attend. And with the pay raises, I'd like to make that adjustment. So I may pay that separately with a check. And then once I know for sure what the total should be per paycheck, then I will probably in October make all the adjustments, because there's pay raise here in August, and then there's going to be a pay raise in September. So yeah, that's what's happening. And we just like to store our money this way. It's just, it makes us happy and we love it. Greater Gym. I don't know why I lowercase that, because it's supposed to be all capitals. So Greater Europe Mission is an organization that sends out missionaries, and we have a family that we support, $256.75. We've been supporting them for, good Lord, 6 years or more. Yeah, that's amazing. That's so wonderful that we've been able to do that all these years. The next thing I have is water is $50. I normally only pay $39 at the most for water, so that's what we have for there. But I always put a little extra there so I can have some cushion. $7.41 is the HP Instant Ink for my printer and me printing all the pages. YouTube Premium is a subscription that we purchased to take out commercials. $24.92. for me and my family. You can use up to 5 emails, and we had 4 that we could use in our family, so it definitely took care of things there. Geico is $175.65. That went down a little bit, a couple dollars, so that's good. Now there's that. Let's find out how much our fixed expenses are for this month or this paycheck period. Okay, so I have $4,162.17. Perfect. All right. Now I split my budget for my variable expenses. So over here, starting right here, all the way down here, these are my variable expenses. So what I do, since there's 2 paycheck periods, I just split this in half and all these different numbers, and half of it goes on the first of the month, the other half goes on the 15th of the month. And that way it's evenly distributed throughout the month. But when I actually track it, last month I did this, I'm going to try it again this month. Instead of dividing it out per week on how much I should stay within budget, I'm going to start with the full amount and subtract down through each week and see how it ends up. I ended up spending more last month, but I'm hoping to try again and not do that this month, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So what I'm going to put is $770 for grocery household, $300 for restaurants, $150 for miscellaneous, and $125 for gasoline. And copay is going to get $37.50. And unbudgeted always gets 0 because that's how we account for any spending out of the buffer of the checking account when I put everything on my spending calendar. So let's go ahead and total up what we have here. All right, so I have $1,382.50 that I can use for paycheck 1 period. And that is a combination of all the spending categories together and then broken down by category. I think I'm trying to decide what it would be per week and maybe just make a mental note of it. I don't know. I have to think about it. I kind of like the weekly thing, but I was constantly going over in that, and now I'm definitely going over in if I start with the full amount, because I get all of the money I need for the entire month at the beginning of the month on the 1st, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm still making decisions on this. So let's take our income, which is $6,445.03, and I'm going to subtract the $4,162.17, and I'm going to subtract the $1,382.50. All right. Ooh. $936. Yep, that's where it is. Okay. So this is how much money I have available to balance forward based on the numbers I have right now, the minimum income I'm going to get. I don't know what the raise looks like, so this should go up as long as I don't go overspending in this area. And then this will go to the next paycheck period plus the salary check, and that will cover the rest of the bills as well as the expenses for the rest of the month. So that is how I go through my paycheck to paycheck and make sure we stay within budget for that time period. And I just need to come up with new ways to kind of really focus on these numbers. I think there's things at home I'm going to do. I'm going to get my family to participate in, and if it works out, I will let you know what that is next time. But for now, this is Paycheck 1. The next video you will see is probably my Mortgage Monday video or my sinking fund setup. I'm not sure yet when that's going to come out. either way, those 2 videos are coming up next. And then when the 15th comes around, you're going to see me close out Paycheck 1 and set up Paycheck 2. So that is what I have coming up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.